Hey, what's up, fam? It's your boy Darren with Darmac Builders, coming to you here on a job site of mine. It's raining today, and I want to come out here and look at the job and make sure we don't have any leaks in the inside the house. So I'm satisfied with that. I looked at the scuppers up here. We got a total of 4 primary scuppers, and we have 4 secondary scuppers. Sure, that's probably not how they say it, but that's what my brain is going right now. And here on top of the roof here, we close this in. Now, one thing about this design, which I probably would change. You see all this plywood here? This is going to be stuccoed eventually, but we had to put plywood on here in order to support it, because I didn't, you having a ceiling this size, you just don't want to have the wire lath connected to the trusses, which is it could actually fall down. Well, so here, this is acting like a backing when we put the black wire lath on here. Got the lights cut out. It's going to be 9 out here. You see it right here, all lined up pretty, LED lights. And you're gonna have lights on the side, which is right here and here. Okay, there's the name. And another thing too, when you're doing a construction, you got to protect your doors, especially if your doors comes in early. See that little bumper sticker right there? That is for when that door opens up. I don't need to be hitting this wall. I don't need the door to be scratched up and anything like that. So that's what we do there. We try not to open up the windows as much as possible. But as you can see, all this plywood has been done. We did the plywood underneath the soffit too. You see that right there. It's gonna look nice. This is the flat roof of it all. It's gonna look nice. But I will have to probably rethink this design the next time. I'll probably want to make the soffit so long or wide, as you can see here. I'll probably do something totally different. But that's all in the design phase. This is the prototype of the first one. Like I said, you see the scuppers here. And you can see where the water is concentrating on the wall. Well, this wall is going to be stuccoed. I'm going to have this water come away from the house, which is going to have gutters or a can here where we can put down right here. The secondary scuppers is just case of we have an overflow and water should come out of that. So we're good in that regard. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. As you can see here at the back, I'm gonna get all this cleaned up. We did a great job so far, because all this where all the garbage and stuff was. I got to remove this dirt because I'm gonna move this palm tree because I don't like it as close to the house. I just don't like that tree right there, which is a mango tree. Gonna have to cut it out, because one of the worst things that can happen to a roof is trees overhang, especially fruit trees, whether mango, oranges, coconuts, because once they fall, they could do damage to your roof, and you don't want that. The way we have it now, when we put in our electrical, this is our water system, which we passed. This water system is going to go out to, it was dug out, and it's going to go all the way out there to the connection. This is going to be our supply line for our water. And then our electrical has got to come out to here. See that pole right there? And I already called FPNL. I got to get them to come out here, because everything is underground now. It's not like you see when you're building now, you see that black wire here that's connected. Let me see if I can get over here and show you a little bit more. We don't do that anymore now, because we have hurricanes, and there was a time when hurricane come and those wires be live, and you don't want that. Okay, so you see that weatherhead right there? That's something that we don't do in new construction anymore. That right there, that pipe right there that you see, is gonna come underground now and connect to that box. So we don't have any live wires. So in the case of a hurricane or anything like that, if that hurricane get that wire right there and disconnect it, that thing is live, right? So that's one thing that they did as far as changing new construction. So now, where my box is gonna be, which is on this wall over here, should have been more in the back, but that's a whole nother conversation. We're gonna trench it on the outside, and the material is supplied by FP&L, and we're gonna trench it all the way back here. But you see, the problem is that pole supports this house here on the corner. It may support this house, and at one point there was a house here which they demolished, and I think it had an overhang. We don't have that anymore, so I got to figure out how they're going to get me to dig around here to put a box in order to have the underground. So I made that conversation or talked to people on that on Friday. So now is the time to, you know, get more of an understanding how we're going to approach that. And like I said, this palm tree is going to be moved, maybe somewhere in the front. Cut these back here so we don't have no damage to the roof. Probably start stucco this week. Get that all done. So I'm excited about the whole process. And I got my machine here to do some of the digging that we need to get done. So again, all you see here is this ceiling here, which is, if you've been watching the videos, you know this was trusses. And so I made the decision, hey, let's just put plywood up here to support everything, and that's what we're gonna do. And so now you have something solid to stick on. I'm gonna love this because at night, when these lights come on, the LED lights, it's gonna look amazing when you pull up into your home. And that's it. So you have plenty of parking, which one of the things, that's kind of like the theme, the neighborhood or whatever. It's not so many garages here. The theme is, you know, carport, as you can see across the street, which they did a marvelous job on that one. That was a rehab there. You see a garage there, garage here, but it's carport for the most part. And the owner investor said that they want to be able to have support cars, right? So if I got, right, technically I could probably get 6 cars in here. You know, not that I need it, but I'm just throwing that out. So, hey, make sure you guys keep continuing to watch. If you like, share, like, and comment. And that's who's doing this work. South Florida Builder. Peace.